Hello my dear friends, welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. In this video we'll be talking about 50 important topics that you should not be skipping out if you're preparing for GATE 2024 for the mechanical branch. And my personal suggestion is try to complete these 50 topics before the end of November so that you will be having sufficient time to revise, and if any mistake it is happening or if any conceptual clarity you want, you can go for that and you can improve these 50 topics. Now, the question remains is why only these 50 topics? Before going to that, you can do follow me on the Telegram channel, that is Mechanical by Suraj, which is there on the screen. Now, the question is why only these 50 topics? From the last 20 years, I've taken like all the analysis being done, and from the gist of last 20 years of GATE paper, we have come to a very important conclusion that these 50 topics are the topics from where they are repeatedly asking the question. And frankly speaking, you should not be skipping out these 50 topics, and I'll be talking about from subject to subject wise from all the lists, and at the end I'll be telling you some bonus topics that you can cover up, but at least you should be covering this 50 topics. Now, this is the marks distribution for the last 15 or 20 years. Normally we are having general aptitude. If I talk about general aptitude, 11 marks is the aptitude part, and your 5 or 4 marks is your English, right? Mathematics 12 to 14, sometimes 15 also, not more than 15. Production engineering, the highest weightage subject. Then you are having thermal science. In this I'm included the your application part, that is power plant, RAC, IEC, everything is being included. Fluid mechanics and machinery 7 to 9, strength of materials, theory of machine, heat transfer, industrial, your machine design and engine mechanics. So these are the list of subjects according to the marks distribution, but we are concentrated upon the top 50 topics that you should not be skipping out. So let us see what are the 50 topics. And personally, because why the question is why we are going for this, you know that 70 marks is your technical portion. 70 marks is the technical portion, and by only looking at these 50 topics, I can surely say you can score 40 plus marks easily. Out of this 70 technical portion, you will be able to score 40 plus marks. Let us suppose in your non-technical, that is mathematics and aptitude, if you are able to score 25, so 65 plus marks, sufficient enough to get into the top IITs for master's program and some PSUs for the interview call. I won't be saying that you'll be getting definitely interview selection, your PSU selection, but yes, you'll be called upon for the different PSUs for the interview. But I would recommend you please concentrate on these 50 topics. So let us talk about the first one, that is strength of material. The first and foremost topic that is very important, that is your Mohr circle. Then you have to concentrate on the stress strain diagram, SFD BMD, deflection of beams, bending and torsion equation. Now if I talk about the SFD BMD, you have to concentrate on all 17 cases that we are studying for SFD BMD, right? If I talk about deflection of beams, I would say that you should be going on proceeding with the 3 methods, your Mohr's method, your principle of superposition and the strain energy method. That is sufficient enough, and try to concentrate on that. If what about bending and torsion equations, you should be at least knowing about the direct formulations or equations should be known, because it will save your time if they're asking question from the bending or the torsional. Only equations remembrance is required if I talk about this, because it carries 8 to 10 marks if I talk about from the GATE examination perspective. The next one is your theory of machine. You have to go for the crank and slotted quick lever motion mechanism, specifically the QRR calculations or the stroke length calculation. Then we can go for the degree of freedom. Simple, you can go for the calculation of DOF by using the Kreuzbach equation, the Grashoff's law. You can expect like a 1 marks question from your they'll be giving you a 4-bar mechanism. They'll be asking you what kind of mechanism it is being obtained, a double crank or double rocker or crank rocker. Relative velocity method, the most probable question that you can expect definitely for 1 marks, that is something like this: when 2 lengths are parallel to each other, right? So we can have a direct formulation, the velocity at this point and this point will be equal, right? Apart from this, governors, you might have seen that recently they have started asking from this. So characteristics of governor will be self-sufficient. You need to cover that in this 50 topics. Vibration is a topic which you should not be skipping from theory of machine, and that too Rayleigh method and torque method is very important. You can try some solved example from the standard textbooks for more practice, and you can look up for the last 5 years of the previous year question from the natural vibration. If I talk about the damped and because complete vibration is very important, for any examination perspective, not only for gate. And if I talk about damped and forced vibration, it's a very easy segment because only formulations are there for damped, and for forced vibration there is only two topics. One is your magnification factor, second is your transmissibility ratio. So you should be definitely covering up these topics from the theory of machine. And one more thing, apart from crank slotted, you can also look for the Whitworth. You can also go for the Whitworth quick return motion mechanism. Okay, how to calculate the quick return ratio, or how to calculate the stroke length also, because many dimensions will be given. Only one your dimension will be required to calculate the stroke length. Okay, so these are the list of topics that you need to follow for the theory of machine. Next, in the production engineering, the most highest subject, the most highest weighted subject, it carries approximately 14 to 15 marks, or 13 to 15 marks will be carried. If I talk about the different topics that you need to concentrate upon, the riser design, the gating system design, the VR characteristics equation of that to arc welding, the rolling formulations, direct questions being asked from the rolling formulas, limit fits and tolerance, G and M codes, BLU calculation, and geometrical transformation. Basically, I'm talking about sims. I'm talking about sims over here. Okay, so make sure you are concentrating on these set of topics because production engineering, it is having a huge syllabus. So from that huge syllabus, there are like list of 8 to 10 topics that you need to follow from this particular subject, right? And specifically, if I talk about gate examination, the most important among this also, I'm talking about from the importance of that topic. Riser design, gating system are very important. Apart from this, there are many topics being left out. Your merchants force circle, your economics of machining, EDM, ECM numericals, and rolling formulas. These are the important topics that you need to cover from the production, because it is actually having a weightage of like 13 to 15 marks, the highest technical weightage subject, which you should not be skipping out. And among these set of topics, you need to concentrate on for mechanical for your gate examination from this production engineering. Coming to the next topic, that is industrial engineering. Why I've taken up this topic is because the syllabus is very small, easy scoring subject, and that too, if I talk about production also, it's not a difficult one. If you only look out for these specific topics, it will be very easier for you to complete and try to complete in detail. Conceptual clarity is very much important rather than mugging up the formulas. Okay, it is applicable to all the subjects, not only for production or strength of material. All the subjects, conceptual clarity is very important. Now, the next one is industrial engineering. Industrial engineering, frankly speaking, if I talk about the real syllabi if I talk about ESE syllabus, is slightly on the higher side, but for the gate examination perspective, the syllabus is very confined. The most important one, then definitely the 25th topic, critical path method. You can go for the PERT analysis also, but PERT is slightly lesser important. CPM is very important from your examination perspective. Slack and float calculation, EOQ. In EOQ models also, we have to concentrate basically on the basic EOQ model and your production model. Production model is important for your gate examination perspective. Other models are, you can go and refer because it's not having a lot many variations. If I talk about discount model, if I talk about your back order model, okay, there's not that much variation, but definitely you need to concentrate on these two segments. From forecasting, you have to concentrate basically on this exponential smoothing method. Direct straightforward question is being asked. Apart from this, you can study that forecasting error also, but exponential smoothing is much more important from examination perspective. Sequencing, a small easy topic, you can go for that SPT rule, EDD rule, STR rule, CR rule, and 4 rules are there. And you can go for that Johnson's rule for multi machines, more than 2 machines or 3 machines, you can apply that Johnson's rule. Queuing formulas, direct straightforward questions, basically you have to follow that Little's law. I know that Little's law is important, and you can solve some PYQ more than sufficient, because the variety of question is slightly on the lesser side. And one more thing, you have to solve the question of that probability of 10 number of people, or more than 10 or less than 10. This kind of questions you can cover up in this queuing formulas. And last but not the least, the graphical method questions, direct, very easy question is being asked. So from the industrial engineering, these are the set of topics you need to cover for the gate examination. Next is your engine mechanics, the most easiest, I won't say easiest, this is the most conceptual subject, right? And trusses, that too I will recommend you, both the methods is important, method of joint and method of section, both are important. It's not a difficult one. Okay, and one more thing, you need to understand that zero force calculation method. Zero force members, you have to understand a simple trick also, that 3 join, 2 are collinear, third non-collinear will be the zero force member. These are some short tricks you might have seen a lot many times. I have already shared lot many times these kind of videos. Next is your friction and Lagrange's approach. Both are important from your gate examination perspective as direct straightforward questions. And definitely if I talk about friction, it includes everything, FBD, your equilibrium analysis, everything is being included. So I think that is more than sufficient from this particular subject of engineering mechanics. Let us go to the next subject, that is machine design. Under machine design, yes, the syllabi is not small, the syllabi is a huge one from machine design perspective from the gate examination, but there are some specific topics you need to first of all concentrate. After this, definitely you need to cover other topics also, but these are some topics which you need to cover. Load life relation, the design of shoe brakes, Sommerfeld number and the power losses, and theory of failures. These are some 4 set of topics that you need to cover from the machine design for the gate examination perspective. The next one is thermodynamics. If I talk about the basic thermodynamics, second law, entropy and Maxwell relations. These are the 3 very, very important topics from where you are every year or every alternate year you are expecting questions. So from the basic thermodynamics, this is your basic thermodynamics I'm talking about, not the applied one. Second law of thermodynamics, entropy and thermodynamic relations or Maxwell relation, you can expect some questions. Next subject that you need to follow is the heat transfer. Under heat transfer, radiation networks, you can concentrate on, specifically you can go for that shielding. Okay, shielding or the space or your surface resistance calculations. LMT and NTU formulation, some numericals you can expect from the heat exchanger topic. Slab cylinder, sphere cases of conduction, simple formulation, electrical analogy will be the expected questions that you can expect from the gate examination perspective. Lumped analysis, your Biot number calculation or your time calculation, how much time will be taken to reach the body from temperature T1 to T2, right? That exponential formula T minus T infinity upon T0 minus T infinity is equal to e to the power minus HA by rho V Cp into T. I hope so students are recalling the formulas along with this video. The next one is the force convectional formulas. You have to complete the convection in a systematic way. Okay, many students are skipping up this topic, but I would say that convection is not a difficult one. You can actually complete the entire convection, not only force and free. Entire convection could be completed in less than 20 minutes if you are going in a right approach. I have already made a video on this where I have discussed the entire convection topic in 15 minutes. Do watch that, those who are going for the revision of the topic. Okay, this is for the revision. I'm not talking about from the ground level. This is the revision. Once you complete this set of topics for only convection, you can watch this video for the revision. Okay, next one is the fluid mechanics. We can definitely follow steady and unsteady flows. Specifically, I'm talking about Bernoulli's equation. The questions from the Bernoulli's you can expect. Boundary layer theory and the flow through pipe. In the flow through pipe, you have to see that losses also, take that consideration, the calculation of the losses also you have to cover. So these are some set of topics from the fluid mechanics. The next one is your application of thermodynamics, Rankine cycle from power plant, VCRS from the your RAC, and auto, diesel and dual cycle from IC engine, more than sufficient. So these are the 50 topics that you should be definitely should be concentrating before writing the gate examination. Apart from this, I can give you some more set of topics, but I would say these are the 50 most important topics that you need to work on. If I talk about 51st topic, that you can go for your gear trains also. You can go for gear trains. You can go for Brayton cycle also, right? Brayton cycle. Right, more than sufficient. So if you're concentrating on these 50 topics or 52 topics, surely 45 plus marks you can easily secure out of the 70 technical portion. I'm only talking about the technical part. I'm not talking about that 100 marks. I'm talking about this out of 70 technical portion, 40 plus marks you can score by studying these 50 topics. So from today onwards, try to concentrate on these 50 set of topics. Surely I can say you will be getting into the top IITs or the top PSUs. Okay, so this is it from my side. I hope so you all enjoyed this, and try to save this video so that you can refer this video in the later on stages, and try to complete these 50 topics by the end of November. So you are having like approximately 1.5 months with you. So do not waste a single minute. Do follow this and try to get we can say strategic approach rather than having a complete approach, complete completion. Go for this 50 topics, complete this. And before winding up the session, I want to share one very important quote. Some people dream of success while others wake up and work. So do not be the person who just are dreaming for cracking gate. You should be working on your concept clarity and start working from today onwards. So thank you guys. And those who are not yet connected with me on the Telegram channel, do connect on this to have more content. I have already planned some series for many of the students for the mechanical branch. So do watch and do follow me. Thank you guys. Bye bye. Take care and stay safe and stay connected with BYJU'S Exam Prep. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.